such a fucking lady.
All right. We are back with a brand new episode
Spanking
of
new.
Such a Fucking Lady, the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of your hosts. I'm Shawty Red or Deja.
And I am your other host. I am Chef Stacks, aka Chef Taya, and we are back, guys.
All right. So what we talking about this week?
Oh, you want to just jump right into it? No small talk. You don't want to ease me in, loop me up. You just want to just
get up into it.
Okay.
They ain't heard from us in a minute. They want to hear.
I
what
mean,
we got to talk about.
we gotta let them miss us a little bit. So it's a lot going on.
Okay, tell me. I'm ready.
This is good. Okay. Maybe. Right. So, I kind of just want to get into some things that are going on.
Okay.
And I want to know, can you relate to them, And then, I want to get your opinion, your advice. You know how we do it. So, question. Question.
Okay.
What would you say your relationship style is, or your role in a relationship when you're dating somebody?
My role, I always want to be the submissive.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be a woman. I want to live in my feminine energy.
Mm-hmm.
Is always what I want to be.
Right.
But I feel like I always end up being the masculine.
Oh, ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because if I don't feel like you are leading and I have to lead, period. If I feel like I have to lead and you're not leading, then
You're going to step up to the plate.
yeah, somebody got to do it right.
Yeah. I 100% agree with you on that, because I always say I can let you lead until I feel like you're not giving. I can let you lead when you're giving me something to follow, Right. Like when you are doing all the things that you're supposed to be doing, like as a man, quote unquote, then I'm gonna let you lead. But other than that, I'm not gonna let you sink this ship.
Right. Absolutely. I 100% agree. So we did this relationship, I think it was a relationship type test.
Mm-hmm.
And so it said that I am an anxious preoccupied.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I remember that. I forgot what mine said, but yeah.
Yeah. So I am an anxious preoccupied, which means I'm always looking for the worst thing to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm prepared for it to always happen.
Right.
My partner is what is it? Oh, I wrote it down. He's a dismissive avoidant.
Mm-hmm.
So he is very logical.
Mm-hmm.
And so we clash a lot because he always wants to lead with logic and I always lead with my emotion and then logic.
I think that every situation calls for something different. You can't be logical in every situation. Life isn't completely logic and it's not completely emotion either. So,
Right.
I don't think that either are wrong, There's got to be some give depending on what the situation is, But in that sense, I feel like a lot of men want to be dominant in relationships. They want to be an alpha male, but they really a beta. I feel like all men aren't meant to lead. They feel like because they are men, they should be leading their relationship. And sometimes you don't gotta lead a spirit. You don't gotta lead a mentality, So you shouldn't be leading. You gotta let your girl lead. I feel like some men don't accept that, and that becomes an issue within their relationships because they don't even know that they're not a leader.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They think they should be leading things.
I know some guys who just be like, yeah, go ahead. You want to lead? Go ahead, take
Right.
the lead. And that's just like, ew.
Everything ain't for everybody. That's all I can say.
That's true.
Everything ain't for everybody.
Why do I have to lead all the time? Why can't I just relax and be a feminine energy like I want to be? Why do I have to lead you?
That means that you gotta
I have to find a dominant man.
Right. You gotta find a dominant man. Because it's you with not in the situation, I'm just saying in general, you're with somebody who wants what you like. Y'all both can't play the same position, or you can't. You get what I'm saying? Like they got the role reversal or whatever's happening. So you just got to find somebody who wants the same thing that you want. Because I feel like a lot of men do know how to lead, and they do everything. Like I feel like, okay, what do you think makes a man a good leader?
For me, what makes a man a good leader is one who is most definitely financially supportive. He takes care of all the bills, the head of the household. You know, he provides what I need to make the household run.
Right.
Would be a leader of the household. Someone who is great at making the executive decisions. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
For me. How about you?
I feel like a man that's a leader, the essentials, protecting and providing. But within that, I feel like somebody who is emotionally stable and can emotionally lead this relationship. You can spiritually lead our relationship. You can financially lead our relationship. You know, it's not just like being in control and you do this and like you, I want this done. I want the dishes washed. No, that's not how you lead. Like you lead with grace. And I feel like a man who is leading properly, a woman doesn't have a problem to submit to. Like,
absolutely
if you're
not.
you're crossing all your T's and dotting all your I's, submission isn't an issue. But let's be clear, there's different types of submission. Like being submissive and being a doormat are not the same thing.
Not the same thing.
You know? So yeah, a man. Me personally, I don't know. Like, I feel like Okay, I like men who know how to be dominant, but also know when, like I said, like every situation you shouldn't be leading, or your relationship in general, you may not should be leading it. But I like a man that can be in control and run your household, but like I said, like with grace and respect. I don't want to be told what to do. I got a problem with somebody telling me that I can't do something, or I got to ask permission to do something. Like, if I ever feel like I have to check, I don't want to have to check in with you. I want to check in with you because I feel like I want to, and that's how we want our relationship. I don't want to feel like I'm obligated to because you checking me and making sure I'm walking within these straight lines for you.
Right. Okay, so speaking of relationship styles and types and submissive and dominant, how do you feel about Watch Jazzy?
So I guess this is kind of street talk as well. So I guess this would be. We can make this street talk and our street talk topic all in one. How do I feel about it? Listen, what works for you works for you. You know, on a basic level. But I don't like the narrative of submission that she was given. So like, I don't feel like that's my idea of what a submissive woman is. And I don't think leading is expecting somebody to wait on you hand and foot like they're your mother. So I shouldn't have to pack your bags, wash your feet, and do all these things to show that I'm submitting to you. I'm submitting to you because I'm letting you lead our family. I'm letting you decide where our family moves and lives. I'm letting you decide, you know what I'm saying? I'm letting you decide things that a man should be deciding, I guess, in my aspect. But that doesn't mean that I let you do things to me that I don't enjoy, because you can't lose your voice in submission.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
She definitely lost me at the part when she was confused by Shan saying that she says to her partner what she needs and what she doesn't need.
Right.
I will blow a fuse if I can't express to you how I'm feeling, or what I need from you, or, you know, simple things.
The basics. I can't tell you what I need or require.
If you're doing something I don't like, and I'm uncomfortable speaking up, that's an issue. That is a red flag that we shouldn't be together, because I am uncomfortable around you.
Right.
I'm not myself at that point.
Right.
So you lost me. I can't do that. I've packed my man's bags. Have I unpacked them? Absolutely not. I've packed them though. Just because I like what I like if we're together, when you go out of town by yourself, you pack your own motherfucking bag. But we going out of town together, I will, because I like a certain aesthetic. And but am I unpacking it? Absolutely not.
I think there's a level of submission once again.
Right.
And so for me, it's like, submit within your bounds, but we also have to keep in mind that her perspective is coming from a woman who don't have any kids. So you can be a lot more submissive and you have a lot more room for submission when you don't have other people to depend on you. So if that's her idea of submission, is being a doting, being, doting girlfriend or whatever, if that's her idea of submission and you have children, it's never going to be the same aspect. It's like you can't go into a relationship. That's like, I feel like sometimes things fail because men have these thoughts of like how we come into the relationship. Oh, she was doing this, she was doing that, and now we 2 kids in, and you're trying to figure out why those things aren't happening anymore. But you have to, do what's in your means, and I feel like that can be her perspective because she has nothing else to do. And not like that, I'm not saying she don't have a life or career or whatever, Right. And what I'm saying is when you have kids, there's a lot.
You don't have that much time.
You don't have that much time to be packing his bags because you got other people's bags to pack. You don't have no time to, because even if you can do those things, but all I'm saying is you're going to stretch yourself thin and run yourself ragged and then be resentful writing a book in 5 years.
Right. Also, she didn't know what to tell him to, equal them out, to balance them.
Right.
Like you're giving, but what are you receiving?
Right. And that's the part that I was missing. I want to see like what I felt like the question was asked, but there was no answer as to like.
She didn't have one because she don't know how to ask.
Well, no, that comes with, maybe a little therapy. It comes with growth. I think she may need this, maybe like a little more guidance, a little more therapy. I don't know.
And I don't know. Everybody's saying it's Kimberly. Right. I don't know. So
most likely, Black Twitter don't lie.
Right. So also it could be that she's never dated a guy of that stature, mm-hmm. or a guy of that stature. I don't know. Just going off of what could possibly be. Right. That was into her enough to make her his girlfriend. Right. Because
Right. And I feel like Cam Newton has very strong views on what he thinks a woman should be doing, saying, acting, and he hasn't been afraid to express some of those views. So,
do you think she's falling into that mold of what he said a woman should be?
For somebody who said
things that she stated in that interview,
right? So for somebody who said that they didn't want to be a pick me, this is coming off real pick me ish. So right. I don't know her. So it also could have just been maybe. People. I don't know. People change. Their mindset change.
I think relationships make people change. And
right. So I don't know if she's doing it just because of him, because like how he's making it seem is like she enjoys being this person. And sometimes you can't enjoy being a caretaker, but you can't lose yourself. Right. You gotta also like. I felt like even when she was saying some stuff out loud, she was like, "This do sound dumb." Like, right. So she wasn't convinced of her own thought logic. Right.
So she said that she grew up watching her mom love her dad mm-hmm. this way, mm-hmm. and so in her mind, that's the way you're supposed to love a man.
Right.
Some of us didn't grow up with a 2-parent home to see what love was in their family's aspects.
Right.
So, that's understandable too. I didn't grow up that way. So yeah. My mom wasn't like, wash his feet.
But you know what? My mom is a submissive woman in general as well. But like, you can be submissive and still a boss ass bitch. Like, I'm gonna submit to you, but you're never gonna, no man can ever change how I think. Like, nobody can convince me of a thought that I don't believe myself. You know what I'm saying? Or convince me to do things, because if you love me, then you wouldn't want me to do things that I don't enjoy. So It's not about, she's like, well, I would just do it because I love him. Loving ain't enough. And you can't love nobody back to health. That was my biggest thing I want to comment on about this topic. You can't love nobody back to health. That's literally not a thing.
It's not.
That's not a thing. You can't love somebody into loving you the way you want to be loved. You can't love somebody into respecting you. You can't love nobody's demons out of them. That's what they're going to do on their own. Yeah. You can be a light.
You're just going to drain yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You can be a light, because I feel like I've been a light to people to make them want to not be in a dark place. But I don't think that I cured them. Not at all.
Right. Yeah.
So.
I agree with that.
So that's, I don't know. I hope that I mean, with growth, with growth, you becomes wisdom. So I guess she'll get,
or maybe she'll watch back and, rethink some of the things that she's done, or Twitter and Instagram and TikTok will chew her ass up. And
I mean, because opinions matter. People say they don't, but if you see people going in online on you, after a while, you be like, I probably do sound dumb.
If it's a couple people that got negative opinions, then cool. But if it's the whole Twitter,
right? Okay.
When we wake up in the morning, you know how many TikToks there's gonna be about that?
Child.
Please.
So, have you ever dated a beta man? Because I mean,
absolutely.
You like
I feel
alpha.
like that's all I catch.
You like alpha in it. I think you like. You know what? Maybe you like alpha presenting men.
Yeah, it comes off
alpha.
That,
yeah, like it comes off alpha until you into the thick of it, and you're like, oh shit. It's not. I'm fucked up right now. I didn't know this was this.
Right.
I didn't know this was gonna be this.
I think one of my biggest fears is fucking struggling with a man.
Ooh.
I can do bad all by myself. I don't need you here to struggle with me.
Right.
And I feel like I've been there.
Yeah, right. You understand?
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't want to struggle with a man. I can do bad all by myself.
Yeah, I think I've dated men who... I've dated beta men. You know what? Because I feel like I am controlling. And I've dated men who let me control them and I didn't like it. So it's like... I want somebody to be in control, but I still want to be myself. Maybe I like equal relationships. Like I do. Maybe I do want to be equal, but not on a financial level. We can be equal differently. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Balance. But we both respect each other. You don't feel like I'm beneath you and you are the head and I'm the feet or whatever the fuck the saying is, the neck or whatever. Like, oh, that's cool. But like, we both can be the head sometimes. I don't know. Maybe that's my problem because I feel like a lot of people I date, I think they say that like in the beginning I come off very submissive until like later, but I'm always like, I am submissive. You just showed me that you couldn't lead. Like I was submissive in the beginning. I was like letting you do things and then like you were unloyal. You know what I'm saying? We end up, everybody goes to a financial situation, but you told me you couldn't, you show me you couldn't manage money. You show me that you are a procrastinator. You know what I'm saying? Like, we both can't have the same demons. That's not gonna work. Somebody got that motherfucking, baby, it's not gonna work. We gotta, one of us gonna have to change.
Right.
One of us is gonna have to
change. I 100% agree. That is,
yeah. So, I can't. But it's like, when
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. No.
I don't like a man who is just like, we both down in the dumps and you looking at me like, what we gonna do?
Right.
Where your people at? You can't call them like,
right.
How you like, where are your thinking
right.
Like
you're thinking cap.
Right.
You're fucking thinking cap.
What the fuck is your thinking cap? Like, why is it on me? We're gonna lose.
Right.
Now I'm about to spiral because I'm like, oh God.
Yeah. We
like,
both got to get down in the trenches.
Right.
We both got to get down in the trenches and figure this shit out. So, baby. But yeah, so I just think that I myself like equal relationships. Other women like different things. I think it's been a while for me to come to that conclusion that I don't want to have a man telling me what I can and can't do. Cause like I've been in situations where like I was dating people and I felt like not that I had to ask permission, but I had to ask permission. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, oh, I'm about to go to and I realized like I'm not that girl. Like I don't want to feel like I gotta tell you a check-in. So I like a dominant, submissive man in between. I don't know.
Too. So I feel you. I would definitely like an equal balance because I ain't no nigga about to stop me. You know how if my friends say let's go, I'm going.
I'm going, right.
I'm not. I'll see that nigga later.
What about in the bedroom? Are you dominant or submissive in the bedroom?
I always want to be submissive in the bedroom, but
You think you coming in with big dick energy?
always. I'm just like, yeah.
It was
Let me show you what I got. And it's just like, damn, bitch, you could just lay there, just let him do his thing. But no, here you go.
That's funny.
You got a goddamn.
That's funny. I think it depends. Like if I'm having sex with a female, then I like to be dominant. If it's with a female, I like to be dominant. Like I had one female that I let take advantage of me, and I went to take advantage of me because I enjoyed it. But I was just like, oh, this bitch, okay, like you got it, sis. But like with a man, I like to be all like sexy and like sensual and like like tune it up. Take me in, all that. I like to be like doing like all that. So I don't know. Yeah. Real nasty, but but submissive.
Submissive, but I am. What do they call a starfish? A pillow princess? Like I like to be that, but then I talk all that big boy shit, and I just gotta go and prove a point,
right?
And then
but if they want to now, but if they want to put their legs up,
I'm gonna put them legs behind his motherfucking head in a second. Okay?
But if you want to put them legs up, you want to put them legs up.
I've had niggas hold their legs for me, but that's the
baby
day.
Okay. Somebody say, all right, chill. You go. My bad, big dog. My bad, big dog. Got happy back there. Got happy.
No, I ain't never really had. I feel like when you doing stuff like that, you gotta know who you trying.
Yeah, no, come on, you
gotta know you trying.
You don't play with niggas like that.
There's certain niggas that'll be like, oh, and niggas like, yep, I'm gonna hold these legs back.
Yeah. Oh, you like, freaky. Oh. But then them nasty niggas, like, you like, oh, you nasty. Oh, okay. I see what you want.
Right, that's funny.
Okay, you want to take it there.
Okay, and I'm going.
Yep. Okay, you want to push the limits. Okay. Well, yeah. You cannot try that with everybody. You cannot, but you can. But I feel like because like, and they be showing it, because like I feel like men who they're more casual with you brushing past back there when you
yeah, they ain't saying too much.
They're more casual when you in the bed.
On the thing. That little a gripper.
But then ones when they like chill, stop playing,
play like that.
Stop playing, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
you get them drunk.
I don't know about none of that. I know the ones that told me no.
Consensual drunk. We're drunk as hell.
Well, no, I didn't say you was drunk in them. I ain't say nothing about nothing.
I'm just, putting them legs behind that.
Now, liquor do make, they will get a little more loose. I'm trying to think. Yeah. They will get a little more loose with a little Henny.
Asking questions.
Yeah,
because you done tried it before and they was like, So now they getting to asking questions. And you be like, oh, okay, you thinking about it?
Yep,
I like it.
She right about it. Do you want to slide into a little street talk? Mm-hmm. I mean, even though we did, oh girl.
Yeah, come on.
Watch that. We can do a little street talk.
We still got to talk about the goddamn verses.
Oh, okay. You're right.
What? And listen, I missed the last leg because we watched 4 hours of fucking Sammy versus
You the one
Ray
who
J.
told me to turn it on. So when I turned it on, it was just Pleasure P on. So I had to go back and watch all the like Ray J and Sammy,
the debacle.
Yeah.
And shout out to Sammy because that's our homeboy. We go to the gym with him.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, well.
Well, we used to.
Yeah, watch your words now. Yeah, well.
Shout out to PBE.
And this episode is brought to you by them.
Right.
But yeah, so what you think about it?
That was a fucking shit show. Everybody sound crazy. And like some of those men can really sing.
Supposedly.
Right, but all the liquor, all the drugs, and
I love drunk karaoke. I love drunk karaoke. And it's LA, so they probably did a line of 3.
Maybe. A few shrooms.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling. But it was a fucking
Normal
shit show.
shows.
I enjoyed every moment of it.
Right.
But it was a fucking shit show.
Mm.
And somebody tried to come at me about knowing all the Sammy songs.
Who don't know all Sammy songs? I mean, he got
Bob.
never mind. I was gonna mean he got and that's it. So you got you if you don't know, you can know all Sammy's classics. That's all I'm saying.
You can. It's easy. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I thought it was very entertaining. So I really watched the ending part with Mario and
Did you? I went back and I watched a few clips, and so I seen on Mario.
You know, honestly, I'm not gonna cap. What I don't like is everybody's acting like, oh, I was a Mario fan when I was young. I thought he was so fine. Nobody really was like. I felt like nobody was Mario. Mario was nobody's crush. You know how Rick Ross be like, I'm nobody's favorite rapper? Yeah. I feel that way about Mario. Like, he was there, he was cool, but like, if you had a lineup and it was all 4 members of B2K and Mario.
I wanted to braid his hair, for real.
Yeah. Well, I guess, who didn't?
Right, but that was pretty much.
But who, if back in the day, if you had B2K, you had Mario, you had everybody, Sean, all lined up.
I was about to say,
nobody.
Mario and Sean Moss out of this.
Nobody would have chose Mario, is all I'm saying. Back in the day, he wasn't that guy. Like, he wasn't fine. He just got on the stage with that BDE, and he was just, and he gave, like, it's, you know what it is. Like, he gave real man vibes. He gave, like, you know what I'm saying? And on the other hand, Mario was eating watermelons with his brother on stage. And
weird.
It was just weird. It was really some LA shit to me. That's what it gave me. It really gave me, like, I always think LA niggas are weird just because what I be hearing about the parties and shit like that. So I'm always like, you know, LA niggas is a little, you know.
Well, I watched some conspiracy theories that literally yesterday or
really?
day before yesterday about LA parties. That's crazy that you brought that up.
Yeah, you know, the stuff you be hearing, I'm kind of just like, what's really going on out there? So like, him and his brother, because I really want to know like whose idea was it to, you know, to eat the watermelon on stage.
Chris
like,
Stokes?
no.
Like, no, that's sorry.
I was like,
a joke.
Bitch, I was like, they fucking with him again? I was like literally like, they fucking with Chris again? When Chris get back in the fold? Oh man, I was like, whoa, you really had me.
B2K was.
Yeah, you know, I love me some J-Bug. J-Bug's so fine. He's so fine. He always been fine. He always my favorite. He my favorite.
He was always the finest.
He really was. Yeah. Mario was everybody's favorite though, I felt like. Just because he was the lead singer.
Mario and Lil Fizz?
Yeah.
The rapper and the singer?
Yeah, but J-Bug was like, he was fine. He was in the cut. He still looked good. He aged well.
He did.
Like
definitely
wine.
Some fine wine.
Okay, so the verses was great. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, Mario did do great though. Mario looked great. I loved his energy. He didn't really have like quite the 6-pack, but I'm okay with that. Like, I'm not I don't need a 6-pack. You know what I'm saying? I just need you to look, you know, healthy.
Yeah.
And he looked healthy, so I appreciate it.
Okay, so what about Ari and Gigi Hunter? She's legendary. I love Ari, y'all. So I hate when she get on the internet. She definitely needs a PR team, a really good PR team, because I hate when she gets on the internet and she goes in on people. And it's just like Gigi Hunter has made history, okay? She's done she's made some of the best celebrity, like, designed outfits.
Right.
From scratch. And it's just like, people like that, I don't think you burn those type of bridges.
It's just a no respect for me. It's just a no respect for me.
Yeah, it's very distasteful, especially to somebody that's a legend like that.
I just feel like it just felt like it just wasn't worth it. Is all I'm saying. Like she gotta know her battles. Everything not a battle. Like, and if the dress was ugly, just send it back. Like, if it's that serious.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't like it.
And the dress wasn't ugly. I loved it actually.
I did too. I liked it.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't really have much to say about Ari.
Yeah, I didn't like that. So, yeah. Also.
The street talking about anything else, sis?
The streets. No, it's pretty much.
Why they all dried up? Streets all dried up?
I mean, you know, still BET stuff, but I didn't watch it, so I wouldn't know a thing.
Yeah, I didn't watch it either.
Yeah, I only saw the Ari situation play out.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was the BET Awards. I didn't know Lil Nas X was complaining or whatever because he said that they didn't nominate him or something like that. But that was like a few weeks ago. So that's the extent of what I know about the streets.
Yeah, but yep, that's pretty much all the streets is talking about. Oh wait, Shanae, I think that was Kanye's young tenderoni.
What happened?
There was videos of her at the Combs residence playing football in her thong bikini.
Shut
up. Combs kids.
Hey, man, you know what? That's gonna get us my man Diddy. My boy Diddy be doing it big. His family, he raised a family full of players. Nah, I'm playing. Nah, but like, I mean, I do love Diddy. I mean, they really just be over there passing bitches around, and if they let them, then like, it seemed fun.
Right. Saweetie said she's letting her album marinate. She's making it perfect for the street. So all I know is I like good summer bops from these girls. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I know City Girls is getting ready to drop. They dropped their song with Usher.
Right.
And so like Saweetie needs to
come with the package and come with it quick.
Come on. Before the summer's over. I don't want it to be like a Scrub the Ground because I love Scrub the Ground.
Scrub the Ground didn't get what...
That should have been a summer 2021 song.
But Scrub the Ground should... It didn't get what it deserved. It didn't get what it deserved
because it didn't come out in the summer like it should have.
Right.
Had it come out now,
right,
we'd all been scrubbing the ground right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not saying that their song with Usher is not a bop because it is. But
it's not Scrub the Ground.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel you. I'm here for some summer bops. I mean, we gotta get outside, baby. Like the summer is almost over.
You
like
see Megan Thee Stallion on the goddamn Instagram. She's showing out. I'm trying to get.
But you ain't want to tell the streets about that.
I'm trying. Here we are. I'm telling them. I'm trying to goddamn be like that. So what the streets was really saying was her
party broke up.
Must be
that's what I said.
Right.
That's really what I said because I was like,
bitches get on the internet shaking ass like
shit.
that.
Because baby, shaking and popping and locking and dropping. Yeah.
You already know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, wrap it up then, sis.
And that's all I got to say for street talk. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I'm about to be on the gram.
And the streets is talking about that. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and get into vibes or not. So last time we asked you guys a question and we wanted to know whether it was a vibe or not. So the question was, can you have more than one soulmate? And with an astonishing 100%, everybody said yes, you can have more than one soulmate. And I'm actually surprised, to be honest, that was the answer.
I think because a soulmate is more plural.
Elaborate. What you mean by that? Because my opinion on that has changed.
You can have a soulmate that's a romantic partner. You can have a soulmate that's a close friend. You can have a work soulmate. Like, oh my God, we're so, at work. And then you go home and be like, who the fuck?
Right.
And so, y'all want me, I wrote down.
Go ahead. Go to you. Go ahead. And then I'll
is a person ideally suited to another person as a close friend or a romantic partner.
That's the most basic definition.
Yes.
On Webster. Okay.
On Google.
Typically Webster. But okay, Google said that. Okay.
Yeah. So I think that soul ties hold more weight for me. A soul tie is a powerful emotional bond to someone.
Okay.
And so for me, soul ties hold more worth than a soulmate.
Okay. So when we first went into this and asked this question, my answer was that you could have more than one soulmate. So
right. I've
always felt this way until I did my little research. And I was like, I think I changed my mind.
Okay, tell me why.
So, I think sometimes people mix up soulmates, soul ties, and twin flames.
Oh, that's what I left out. I meant to write
so
that down to a twin flame.
I think that there are those like 3 levels of like feeling that people feel like I can't explain the feeling, or I felt like a connection, or whatever to them. So to me, I feel like, and there's a couple things that I wrote down for like each. So soulmate, so a person whom one has a feeling of deep or natural affinity towards. Okay. And it says two souls designed to be together. So I do believe that your soulmate, to me, is the person that you are designed to be with. Like, our souls were mates in another life. Our souls were together in some aspect. Mm-hmm. So that's my general concept. I'm like, your friends can be your soulmate. I do believe that I don't always think that your soulmate has to be the person that you marry or be with or end up with forever. So I do think soulmates can be platonic, but I don't think you can have multiple. I think sometimes those are like twin flames. So a twin flame, like, and soulmates typically are like instantaneously, like you feel that connection like quickly, like, oh, we're so like, oh, this is my, like, I'm around you, like you're my soulmate. Twin flame is the same soul, but it's cut in two, like you're a mirror image of each other. So a lot of times, like, people say somebody's their soulmate is not really their soulmate because they're not meant to be mated with this person, but you're your twin flame because y'all have the same weaknesses, you have the same emotional damage, you have the same, the same like ways and trains of thoughts and the same like everything. So like you're literally like the same person but just cut in half. And so you have the same everything, which isn't always positive. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. And but sometimes your twin flame can be platonic as well. Like when you meet a friend, you're like, oh, we are so much alike, you know? So that's how I feel about twin flames. And soul ties is more of a spiritual connection. So like, when you gain soul ties with people, it's because you've been vulnerable, you've been open, and a lot of times soul ties are made like through sex. So a lot of people have more twin flames and soulmates that are friends as opposed to having soul ties, because soul ties I feel like are strengthened through through intimacy. It's because it's more of like a spiritual connection. Another thing I wrote that soul ties, it's like your souls becoming deeply intertwined. Sometimes it can be toxic, and it's a relationship that you kind of obsess over something, like when you're in it, or sometimes even when you're not in it. So like a soul tie is something that is more gradual. So you will gradually become like having a soul tie with somebody because you've been fucking them for 10, 15 years, or you know what I'm saying? So now you guys souls are tied together because like you have a deep, deep, deep connection towards them. So like, I feel like when it comes to relationships, I feel like soul ties are more negative than a soulmate is like a more positive light to me. Like your soul tie is somebody who like you think all these positive affirmations about, is how I feel, and somebody that you probably should be with forever, whether it's like a friendship or whether it's a relationship. And a soul tie, sometimes your soul tie can be your soulmate too. You know what I'm saying? It can turn into that, but it doesn't always turn into that. So that's just my kind of angle on the soul ties thing. So I was going to say that I was reading an article and I forgot, I'll cite it somewhere, but it says these are like the things that are the 8 things, something about your soul, about your soul tie. So it says you can't stop thinking about them. You feel connected to them on a deeper level, more than any other connection you ever felt before. You cannot bear the thought of the relationship ending, even if it's like, even if you're not together type thing. You might feel a physical or a subconscious pull towards them. It says you feel you've known this person forever. You feel a sense of familiarity and comfort around them. You feel like you can let your guard around them, and you dream about them often. The dream about them often part is where I was like, I can believe that. I think the people that I have, who I think I have soul ties with, I dream about them.
Okay, so the person who, I realized this today, the person who I thought I had a really deep soul tie with is my twin flame. We are the same exact person, but he's just, the male version.
He's him.
Yeah.
He's him. Yeah. Right.
So yeah, I didn't dig that deep into it. I definitely did surface level Google. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
meanings. So yeah, for me, reading what I read and what I wrote down, to me seemed like a soulmate is just, it could be anybody.
Right.
And a soul tie is someone who you're deeply emotionally bonded to.
Right.
For me. So I felt like a soul tie to me meant more than having an actual soulmate.
A soulmate, yeah. I think soulmates, I feel like
I also, let me say this before you say I'm sorry.
Oh, you know what?
I feel like twin flames are never meant to be together.
Really?
Yeah. Because if we're the same person.
But if you're the same healed person.
Okay, if you're the same healed person, then
it's something totally different.
Very different.
If y'all meet each other when you both are not healed or one isn't healed, it's never gonna work. But if you meet your twin flame when y'all both healed, I feel like that's probably the best soul tie. I mean, best soulmate you can have. Having a soulmate that is your twin flame, I feel like that will be like the best connection ever.
If we're both healed, if we've both done the work.
But what are the odds?
Right. What are the odds?
What are the odds? So yeah, so I'm just like, I always thought like you could have multiple soulmates, but like for me now, I'm just like, maybe a soulmate is like one person, because I feel like maybe we use soulmate too loosely because we have these deep, strong connections towards people, and I do feel like if somebody is your soulmate, it's not. I think it should be easy. Like, now I'm not saying like life is easy at all, but I do think soulmates, it's easier to like, because your love it feels different. The love feels different, you know. So,
do you think you found yours? Your soulmate?
I don't know. You think you found yours?
No. I don't know. I also don't know if I ever will. So
right.
Right. I mean, I think that. Also, I think there's a such thing as your person.
Yeah.
So like, I have a person.
What's a person?
Like my person who, whether we could be in a relationship and it could be great, or we could just solely be friends and it could still be
great.
Yeah.
But to me, wouldn't that be a soul tie though? Because like, you're still not.
Yeah.
I mean.
No, I wouldn't say a soul tie. I don't think the emotional bond is as strong.
Okay. You don't think it's spiritually? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that we're spiritually intertwined. Well enough that, you know, we could be.
But you know what?
We can have a soul tie or be a soulmate.
I feel like some people don't even ever get to a level where they have any of these things. Absolutely. I feel like people are so emotionally guarded. There are a lot of things to where they never even get to develop these type of relationships. So like they break up with people and it's a horrible breakup. You know what I'm saying? Or they stop being friends with them and it's something crazy that happened and you never had these friends, you never talk to them again. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like a lot of people don't have a full understanding of these concepts because like they've never been open or vulnerable or even like emotionally been equipped to even like build these types of relationships. Yeah. Because I feel like I've dated people to where like I know like all their relationships ended bad. Everybody you ever dated, it ended horribly. And this is like, I don't think relationships have to end like that. Yeah. And I feel like anybody that I've ever dated, like maybe one person I don't speak, like, I mean, I don't speak to any of them per se, but when I say speak to, I mean, it's like, we don't got no beef. Like, and I feel like when you have those kind of relationships, when you end with people, like, it's easier to have soul ties to them or think about them in a positive light to be like, oh, maybe this person was my twin flame, or maybe this because it didn't end horribly to where you're just like, fuck no. Yeah. Or maybe it did, and you still feel like y'all both two crazy motherfuckers and y'all both twin flames. I'm not quite sure, but
you know what? And this, no, I also feel like people's parents play a big role in that. With the guarded situation. I feel like if your parent says, if you tell your parent this is how you're feeling and your parent says, oh, I agree, then that shuts you down from ever even, because
elaborate what you mean by that. If you say your parent how you're feeling in a sense of,
if you tell your parent, your mom or your dad, like, yo, I just don't feel like I ever want to be in a relationship because like I just don't ever see it going well. And your parent is just like, I agree with you. I'd rather my peace over trying to build a relationship. People who are close to their parents or their parents' opinion means a lot to them, that is in a matter of fact. It's just like whatever else could have happened, woulda, shoulda, is out of the window because your parent has stamped your feelings. And now, if you could have felt any other way, you're not going to because your parents said how you feel is okay.
Right.
And I've been there with me and my mom. I've had a feeling about my dad, and it's just been like, oh, well, you don't have to pursue that anymore.
Right.
And it was just like, oh, okay, cool. Well, then I ain't gonna do it no more.
But was that a good or bad thing? You thought she was wrong for saying that?
No, my mom has always pushed me to be like, reach out.
Right.
Make sure he's good. Call, she's always been that parent.
Right.
But once she was just like, Deja, you've done what you could. You've reached out as much as you could. You've been a bigger person. It's cool, I understand why you don't want to do that no more.
Absolutely.
It was just like, oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah. But I feel like people get that validation from their parents in the relationship senses. Like, I don't think I ever wanted, like men, a lot of men these days don't ever want to be in relationships. And if your mom is in her 50s or her 60s and she hasn't remarried or she's not dating someone and she's just like, oh, daughter or oh, son, I feel you. Like, I don't want to be in a relationship neither. Like, I'd rather my peace.
I can agree with that.
That's a validation that how you feeling and what you're thinking is okay. And so now possibly you'll be alone forever because your mom told you it was okay.
I can agree with that. I feel like subconsciously, I feel like sometimes even if you don't have validation, you subconsciously have like your parents' ways or how they thought, how they acted in the back of your head. So for me, I will say like, I do have like a fear of commitment. And I think I didn't just realize it, but like, it's not a fear of commitment, right? Because I can commit to somebody and be faithful, but I have a fear of forever and what forever means and having the right forever and making sure I put all the pieces in play to make sure my forever is exactly how I envisioned it, So I feel like sometimes when I date people, and now don't get me wrong, even I broke up with, I feel like if it's over and it ended, it was for a reason. Because when I leave for a reason. But I will say, like, a lot of times I do find myself being like a little nitpicky in a sense because I'm just like, is this enough for me? And I know that sometimes I feel like nothing is enough for me. Like, if I get this, I need this. If I get this, I get this. And I'm just like, well, damn, is that being from the hood and feeling like I deserve better? And feel like I want more and I feel like I'm going to keep going for it and I feel like, or is it me having me having a fear of like, is this it? Like, okay, this is my last relationship. This is my last I'm settling down with this. It's the career I'm choosing. Like, just picking one thing, picking one person and just really just being like, this is it forever. The fear of the forever scares me in a sense because I'm just like, I know I have a fear of feeling like things aren't enough for me. So that comes from, deal with that? I think that comes from like I was saying, like the parents thing, like you were saying, like I feel like my mom, she dated, she's been I see her in serious relationships, but it's like we moved a lot. I have a lot of like, I went to a different school every year until I was in 7th grade. Every single solitary year we moved. So I met new friends every single solitary year. So that's how I went to half the schools in Newport News and Hampton because like we were moving so much. So I end up, I can't get attached to you because I'm moving. So like now I feel like when I date people, no matter how good they are, sometimes I feel like I think this way. I'm very nitpicky and I know I am. And I combat it because it's like, how do I deal with it? Is that like, I know if a person is full of shit or not. Like, I'm a Pisces, I got great intuition. So it's like, sometimes I know I be fucking tripping. And it's like, bitch, calm down. Like, enjoy your life. You're reading too far into stuff. And sometimes like, no, bitch, this nigga got you fucked up. Get the fuck up out of there. So I think I know when to leave. But sometimes it's hard to combat those thoughts. All I'm saying is like when you have a parent that's raised a certain kind of way or what you've been around or raised you, it's hard to sometimes combat like what you've seen and like what you think. That's why a lot of times your parents play a big role in like who you are and how you date.
Absolutely. I think that my upbringing was I don't want to be this type of person. Like, I see
Right.
this type of person,
And this is what I don't want.
and that's what I don't want to be.
Right.
I'm that person. In a sense.
Right.
Am I as headstrong as that person? No.
Right.
And that is the one thing that I wish, if I could have taken anything else,
yeah,
it would just being headstrong.
right.
I don't think I'm as headstrong, but anything else, I'm just like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, your mama is real like,
Shit. Yeah. Okay.
and that's what the fuck I'm,
And that's it.
and that's it.
And that's
And
all.
I'm not about to debate you about it.
Nope.
It's happening.
Yep.
For real.
Should be
That's a
another
big
year.
trait.
Yeah.
That's a big trait. I understand that because my mom is, like I said, she is submissive in a sense. So sometimes I feel like now I've had to teach myself how to speak up. Like, don't get me wrong, my friend is not an issue. Like, when I'm dating, sometimes I always felt like I'm like trying to, not do, I felt like I want to do too much or whatever, like in the beginning or whatever. But one thing I wish I would have had, like you said, like not really being headshot, but more so like, no.
No. Yeah. No.
It took me years to get here.
I've seen my mom kick somebody out of the house for fucking up one time. Somebody who I know to this, I know this sounds crazy because she's married. But to this day that I know that my mom is head over heels.
Right.
You fucked up.
You fucked
it's
up.
Time for you to go.
Yeah.
I love you and I always love you.
But you gotta go because you have me fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think that mindset is like, once they got you fucked up one time, they're gonna have you fucked up forever.
Yeah. I've asked a guy before, like, do you think I'm stupid for staying with you? I've asked him, I was like, have you, of course, a nigga gonna be a nigga.
Right.
I've asked him, did you lose respect for me being around?
Right.
Because not that I'm gonna stay around or whatever.
Right.
But I just want to know, how do you feel about women who stick around knowing that you've done wrong?
And what was the response?
Or that of course he said no.
Of course. Right.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
But if he respected me, then you wouldn't do the things that you did.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you didn't think I was stupid, you wouldn't keep doing those things because she ain't stupid. So I ain't gonna do no shit like that.
So sometimes I feel like if it's easy for men, they gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the sad part about it. If it's easy, they just gonna like. If you made it so easy for me, so that's why I understand the theory of having your cake and eating it too, or why buy the milk when you can have the cow for free, whatever it is. It's because like, why not? You letting me? I always say men are gonna do what you let them do.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's gonna carry shit how you carry shit. Like I literally had to tell my man, like, we had a conversation the other day and I was like, you've been in like at least 2 long-term relationships that I know of.
Right.
And I am flabbergasted by some of the train of thought that you had coming into this situation from you, being in a relationship prior to this and prior to that. So it's just like, the kind of shit that she was, that they were allowing, it just ain't the kind of shit that I'm ever going to allow. You know what I'm saying? The kind of shit that, and he's like, well, I mean, but it was okay. You never said anything about it. Well, why not?
Right.
Well, why not? So a man is going to do what you allow him to do, and at the end of the day. But
that is a fact.
I don't know how the fuck we got off of twin flames and soul ties and everything else, but yes, child.
It all intertwines.
It all intertwines at the end of the day. And the moral of the story is niggas ain't. Nah, I'm playing. The moral of the story is that
there's a difference between soul ties, soulmates,
and twin flames. You can have them. You can definitely have them all. I definitely I'm trying to think. I don't particularly know if I met somebody who I thought was my twin flame per se.
Oh yeah, I have a twin flame for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So you think you found your twin flame? No.
So yeah, I know you. Listen. I know you found yours, but like I said, I don't particularly know if I found a twin flame. But like I was saying about my soulmate, I can't say. I think soulmate to me now is such a big grand title to give somebody. I felt somebody who I could spend the rest of my life with and feels like a soulmate, but like I'm always, like I said, I'm scared of, the unknown or what's next.
I think you found your soulmate. Not your soulmate, your soul tie. No, not even your soul tie, your fucking twin flame. The fuck? And this is a person that we used to go out with a couple years back, and I think that you all were twin flames.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And they don't live here, but they used to.
I don't need you to elaborate. I don't know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about. I'm well aware. But yeah.
I think that you were twin flames. Yeah.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah. I can see that. I would call that a soul tie, but I can see that as well. But yeah, I feel like you can have multiple soul ties. I feel like I think you have one twin flame, somebody who is like your mirror person. I think you have one twin flame, and now I kind of feel like you have one soulmate. And maybe you could have one platonic soulmate and one regular soulmate. Right. I'll give you that because I can see how you could see both being that way or whatever. But I feel like sometimes our best friends or people who we think are our soulmates are really like soul ties, but that aren't sexual. I don't know. So, I feel like there's so many different ways to think about it.
Perfect example.
Okay.
I think that me and you are twin flames.
Okay, that's a good one.
Right. And then Diamond is my soulmate.
Okay. That's a great example. Yeah. That's a good example. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good example. I just feel like, I think my only problem with the soulmate is that I feel like people give out soulmate so loosely. So I hate people, that person was my soulmate. That was my soulmate. You can't have 15 soulmates. All them niggas want your soulmates. You got a lot of soul ties. You made a lot of connections, and you know what I'm saying? You may have a twin flame out there or so, but everybody can't be your soulmate,
Absolutely.
So yeah, me personally, I just kind of feel like when you are with somebody and it's your soulmate, when it's supposed to be forever, then it's going to be forever, and it's going to work, and it's going to be healthy and stress-free. And I don't want to use easy, but easy in the sense of like, sometimes I think soul ties can be more toxic than what your soulmate should be.
Absolutely. I think that being in love and being with your soulmate should be easy.
Right.
I don't think that it's going to be a constant easy. I think everything takes work and time and effort and all of the above, but it should be easy for the most part.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah. Sure. But yeah, that's all I got on soul. That's all I got. I really want to know.
What a deep subject.
Like the soul ties, the soulmates, the submissive women. It was a lot this week.
A lot of unpacking.
If y'all are submissive women, and I think I'm submissive in a sense. I've gotten that, but I definitely want to know what's everybody's perspective on what submission is, because I think that's what has me tied up.
Also a coddler.
I'm not a coddler. I'm a coddler.
I know you are.
I'm a coddler. I am a coddler. And so I'm annoyed. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Oh, fucking right. All right now. All right now. I've been here and I've been trying to make sure you was. Now, all right. We're not doing it no more. Get up off the floor.
Yeah. Recently I found myself more recent being a coddler.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, that's not even...
Not your character. You done pulled yourself out of pocket.
I am not who I usually am. And I noticed that. Like, and it's not even something that I've noticed recently. It's just something that I've noticed, and I'm just like, at first I really liked it. I was like, ooh, this is different. And then now I'm just like, bitch, now how do you even go back? Because now this person thinks that this is who you are. And right. Like, if you switch it up, they're going to be like, who the fuck is this person?
I mean, and everybody switch up.
Who I am.
Right, I'm going to say, but everybody switch up. When people come to the table with their representative all the time. Yeah. They come to the table with their representative, and then you get the real them. So you being more of something or more appeasing, I don't think it's anything different when switching up would be like, okay, you know what? This ain't working for me like I thought it was. Because I felt like I find myself sometimes being too coddling, I guess, in the beginning, or too much fixing plates and doing this, and then they feel obligated.
Right.
And then I got to check a nigga like, I ain't got to always fix your plate, bitch. Like, I do it
because you've been doing that from the jump. It's just expected now.
Right, and I don't like expectations because I don't hold nobody to standards or expectations. One, I don't like standards or expectations. And then I don't like somebody having, well, I guess it's expectations as well. Maybe I think the Casamigo just kicked in because I had another point, but I fucking lost it. So you get what y'all get what the fuck I'm saying. I'm like, none of the above, okay? Don't check me, don't question me, don't nothing, okay?
Okay.
And because I'm not that kind of person. I don't check nobody. I'm not clocking you. I'm not, if I ever get to the point where I feel myself trying to clock you, we gotta have a talk or we gotta move on because I don't like to feel this kind of way. I like to feel like I gotta motherfucking pull up on you with the stick and let it hit. And if you keep playing with me, then we're gonna end up in that scenario.
Yeah.
Now I got to question you and ask your whereabouts and what have you. I don't want to play them games. No.
I hate questioning motherfucker. That's just not me. What if I feel like I know that if I feel like I gotta trust you, I gotta question you, you're doing something.
Yep.
I know that's just off rip.
Yep.
If I gotta call you multiple times to see where you at and what you're doing, I don't trust you now because you've done something that triggered that
response.
Yeah.
Now I got trauma. Now you gonna cause me trauma.
Right. Now I'm reliving old past traumas and like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah. I guess we'll wrap it up. We'll hit y'all with a little conclusion for this episode.
Do you have Is you ain't, what else?
That's, you mean a Bible no? That was the whole Bible no, the soulmates topic.
Right. But
so I'm not asking one. I'm not. Well, no,
just gonna.
Well, I don't typically ask. Well, typically I do the poll and then I do the results. I did the results. I said it was 100%.
So what's our next poll?
We usually post it first.
No, it didn't. No, we
no
last week. Time.
But that wasn't how we normally do it, though.
Oh, okay, cool. Sorry. Oops. Everything is a genius. The Casamigos.
Right. I'm like, what? Yes, last week we did that, but this typically we don't do that. We post it, then I ask about it afterwards. We just did that because it was on our minds. We was spicing it up for them. So yeah. So in conclusion, you guys, if you want to be a submissive woman, be a submissive woman. If you want to be an equal, be an equal. If you want to be dominant and run your nigga and put him on a leash, send me videos. Please. But there's no judgment here,
Mm-hmm. We've dated all of them.
We did all of them. We've been in different positions, all of them. Sometimes you end up the dominant and you didn't want to be a dominant. Mm-hmm. And if that's the case, put his legs up.
Behind his ears. And
this has been another episode.
Such a fucking lady,
the podcast. Peace. Where would peace sounds come from? Peace.
Make sure y'all check us out on motherfucking Apple.
Oh, yes. Apple, Spotify, YouTube. Like, follow, subscribe, comment,
TikTok,
rate.
Instagram.
TikTok. Such
Twitter,
a fucking lady. Find us, please.
We talk shit on every platform.
Baby.
Follow us. We'll lead you in the right direction.
Peace.
Such a fucking lady.